Alright, back out here at the Hutchinson house, checking on the cotton. It's now the third week of May, and the cotton's looking pretty good. Had a good bit of mortality, and it's patchy, but the plants that are there are doing fairly well, in my opinion. I have not been irrigating them at all, which I probably should, but I'm kind of interested to see how well they survive without being irrigated. However, once again, just like last year, we're suffering from about a month-long drought in the middle of May. It's a bit cloudy out, and we did have a bit of spitting this weekend, but not anything that matters. Forecast is spotty all week, so I may have to come out here on Friday and just soak the ever-living snot out of everything just to make sure they get through. So I guess let's just go by and take a look at the plants. You can see they're looking pretty good. They've got like 6 true leaves out already, but coverage is kind of iffy. And it looks like we're getting some more sortion to a degree. It's not the best sign. However, it does not look as bad as it did last year. And that redness that I was seeing has pretty much gone away and just turned into general crispiness. I need to get more sod staples to hold down this fabric, because I thought I bought way too many, and it turns out I didn't buy enough. But yeah, you can see I've got 3 gaps there, a gap there, gap there. You know, it's real spotty. Those look really good. Yeah, see, this redness has just turned into like general crinkliness, but those plants haven't really put out any leaves, so that's not a good sign. Dead spot, dead spot. Dead spot, dead spot, dead spot. Those were all grazed. That's the deer doing that. Dead spot. That's a problem I didn't have last year. Dead spot. Because I had the deer fence up. Well, didn't want the deer fence because it was kind of an eyesore and wildlife kept getting caught in it. So I decided not to do it, and now I'm paying the price. But it looks like having the cotton fertilized is at least helping. I would like to normally irrigate everything, but I just don't have a setup. I'd have to work out something with that pump and a cistern and a solar panel and a sump pump, and then run drip lines, and it's just too complicated and it costs a lot of money, and it's something I'm doing at my house, but it's not something that I have the time or funds to do here at the Hutchinson house, at least not in the near future. And over here on the regenerating cotton, I've got a lot more coming out. However, the deer did come in and just absolutely mow everything, but that stuff's starting to leaf back out, and it's significantly well ahead of the new stuff, so even with that setback, that's still pretty good. We're here on row 1. We got 1, 2, 2 that have put out ratoons. There's a lot more that have buds, but they just haven't broken free yet. Row 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starting there, 7. That's interesting. I think this is one of the ones that I thought was dead. So it looks like the ratoons are coming straight out of the root. They're not out of the stump. So that's good to see. So they will regenerate from the root, even if they get killed back to the soil line. Row 3, you got a gap there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one does not look good, but it's putting out more. And row 4, 1. 4,4-D is being very slow. It's putting out buds, but it's just not doing it in a timely manner. 2, And that's it. We got these two down here that I didn't get any cloth on. Let's take a look at the indigo real quick. I have a feeling I don't have any. Let's see, nothing there. That's a dune ground cherry. I'm just letting come up. Oh, hello. Here is a Carolina indigo, I think. That's good to see. I think here's one, right there. That's my best looking one. Of course, it's got all this crap growing around it. There's my one nice looking indigo. Just a blackberry and nothing. So 2 indigos out of however many hundred seeds I put down. Alright, now let's get a quick update on the trap crops. I think I'm about to abandon them, if I haven't already, because the deer just absolutely love them and the weeds are so damn thick, and we got too many irons in the fire here at the office. So I just can't get around to weeding, which is why I did this to begin with. But the alyssum's up, and it's blooming already. Let's see, we still got some okras alive down in there. If I can get them tall enough, I should be able to clean around them. There's some more okra. Some more okra. More okra, more okra. More okra. Looks like a lot more of the okra germinated. There's a decent amount now. Now, let's look at the sunflowers, because I think they're all gone. There was one. There was one. Yep. I was impressed the deer were leaving them alone. It looks like the deer found them now. And every single one of them is gone. There's one. There's one. Yep. Every last one of them has been nipped. Which is what I was afraid of. Deer like sunflowers. As you can see over there, though, zinnias are doing well. They're coming up. Now, I expect the zinnias have always been good at fighting weeds, in my experience. Some more of them coming up. So I think that once they get up to a height, they'll probably do just fine. And the biggest shame is the field peas, which have been swallowed up by Mexican clover, it looks like. But there's still some in here. But the deer have just absolutely hammered them. No, there's still just a couple down in there. But field peas are a good competitor. There's a nice looking one. So I expect the ones that persist will come on back. Trap crops look to be a bust. Yeah, once again, this all comes back. It's just my fault. Didn't come out here and do plot prep like I was supposed to, but we don't own a tractor, so have to rely on other people, and I don't like asking for handouts. So that's my fault. Yeah, but that's the status of the cotton. Ratoons are still ratooning, although they're coming out a lot later than I thought they would. It's already middle of May. And I don't even have half of them out yet, but they're still alive. So we'll see what they do as it gets warmer. The seedlings are coming along well. They're really patchy because the deer keep nibbling on them. But they seem to be avoiding disease for the most part and tolerating the drought. I'm going to have to start watering them before they start showing signs of sortion, though. It's the last week of May, and good Lord, you'd think these things are weeds. They must have doubled in the last 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to have to come out here and thin them. You know, I think the highest I had was like a 7-inch tall plant. These are, hell, some of these might be pushing 18. You know, they may have tripled on average in 2 weeks. That's crazy. You know, look at them right there. That's just insane. So I'm hopeful now. Also, I have a new phone, so if the video looks a lot better, that's why. Things got squares on them and everything. These are from the 1-2B stock. And I think this is 4,4-D over here. No, this is 311. Not really seeing any squares there yet. Let's see, where's the big ones on 4,4-D? Vest, just barely little tiny ones starting up. Dang! I gotta figure out what my uncle's feeding these things. Good, good. Eat the cutworm. Alright, back out at the cotton plot. June 2nd now. Been a good minute since I've been out here. As you can see, the weeds are coming up, but that's what we have the weed barriers for. I need to get in there and weed around some of these guys. Looks like I had some more mortalities, I think. Not sure. Haven't looked at them yet. But I think this stuff is regenerating all right. I don't know if the deer got them a second time or not. Hope not. There should be plenty of other things for the deer to eat that aren't poisonous. So hopefully they're leaving the cotton alone. But yeah, these look like how they did at the farm plot 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, they're lagging way behind. That last video was last week, the ones out at the farm plot. Let's see, let me get a height measurement. It's either that one or maybe that one that's the largest. So we'll grab height real quick, and I would call that a 6.5 inch plant. And over here, that I would call a 7-inch plant. So yeah, that's about the maximum height we had over at the farm plot 2-3 weeks ago. This one might be 7.5. Yep, that one's just barely counts as 7.5. And the ones at the farm plot are probably pushing 20 inches right now. I probably got one out there that's 24. I'll have to go by and look at them at the end of the week. So they're coming along. They're growing just fine. Still got a bunch of holes though. I think what I'm going to try to do is, because I've got to thin the ones at the farm plot now, I think I'm going to pull those plants and drag them over here and then water them in and fill in some of these holes, because I just don't have enough here to transplant. Those ones out there are just about the size that I transplanted them last year. So I don't think they'll have as good of a survival as they did last year, because I'm sure the root system on those at the farm isn't as well developed because of, you know, how good the soil conditions are. They have no reason to. But we'll see. That's the plan. Let's look at the indigo. I could bring the weed eater out here. There's our indigo. Look at that. Looks pretty good. It's probably 4 inches tall now. I don't think I see any other ones coming up. That's Galactia. A lot of weeds. I don't even remember which one it was in. Oh, there it is. I believe that is our Carolina indigo right there. This is the 5th space. So, out of the 100-something seeds, got 2 indigos. Better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, and these guys are kind of piddling along. They're smaller in the farm plot now. I think the deer keep browsing them. I don't want to have to put up a deer fence, but I may have to. 4,4-D is taking forever to bud out, too. Just now starting. It's a slow one. So yeah, growing conditions have been pretty perfect, actually. Other than that, we had about 3 weeks of drought, but that got followed up by torrential rain. So I hate to say it, but I think the soil out here is garbage. Um, they've got all the fertilizer they need. They've got plenty of heat from the weed barrier that's locking in moisture. They got plenty of water. The only thing they don't have is organic matter to, I guess, mitigate droughty swings. But they're not doing much. That just may be how the cookie crumbles. Next year I may have to till all of the. I'm gonna try and keep these perennial as long as I can, but I may pull all of this up, pull up the indigo, and pull up that, transplant that guy out, and see if I can get some manure. Rooting Down Farms offered me some chicken litter, so let me see if I can get some of that. I might be able to get someone with a dump truck to load some up and haul it over here. We'll see. Alright, let's look at the trap crops. There's okras. Those okras are doing actually pretty good. They're kind of stringy because of all the weeds, but they're coming up all right. I can still see some field peas over there. They look okay. I know they can be doing better. Yeah. The zinnias actually look really good despite being buried. There's no more sunflowers left. The alyssum's still blooming. I don't know if the dill ever came up, but I'm sure it got buried once it did. Alright, as you can see, we got a zinnia coming up. That's our first bloom. Got more starting right there. But the zinnias actually look pretty good. They're fighting the weeds just fine. That's characteristic for zinnias. The ratoons I think they're continually getting browsed by the deer because I feel like I haven't really looked at them in the last 2 weeks and they don't look like they've changed much, so I think they got browsed again. But I got more ratoons coming out, so 44D is just now starting to break buds and still not even really breaking, so I don't even know if that one will be out with leaves until July. So looks like perennial plants are not particularly productive. So did you know that my new phone just shuts off when it gets hot now, apparently? That's great. That's a cool feature. Great. Thanks, Google. Well, if that's not evidence the deer have been out here chewing on them, I don't know what is.